I think starting up as a group leader is an extremely fine balance. There are a lot of different things in play that you have to juggle against each other. For me, I felt like I spent a lot of effort developing leadership responsibilities, and I didn't necessarily invest enough time in the research at the very beginning, and then that had to rebalance those things after the first couple of years of getting started up. In addition to that, there's a number of other things you have to balance. For example, you have to balance the desire to do everything to the highest standards, which is perhaps what you've done day to day as a scientific in your scientific role, versus the desire to do, anything at all, because the challenge of getting any big scientific project off the ground is huge. You also have to balance pursuing the most exciting and risky research questions against actually, getting some really solid data that will get your first papers out the door. As a new group leader, one of the things you're going to be measured on is your scientific productivity and your scientific creativity. And then sometimes those two things are tensioned against each other. So it can be really hard to pull them apart.
You will see when you're starting out as a postdoctoral researcher, you find it rather strange when PIs say, "Oh, I don't have time to do own experiments," and that for me that was like, why wouldn't people not do experiments? But this is obviously the balance that you have to get right, and you reach a point where you can't be in the lab 100% of time. And for me these days is really when I have my own experiments. It's great. It's my holiday.
I thought that being a group leader is, staying in the office, working all day, writing and reading most of the day. Instead, what I found is that I can still balance doing research on certain days and with my people. And also, I think that I always found most joy and satisfaction at the bench, making discoveries, but I realized, and that was surprising and exciting, that actually I still have the same excitement because discoveries made by people, and perhaps is even more satisfying because you see them making them and growing in, as a scientist.